look like El DeBar.
Elsa Park.
Do you know who El DeBar
I don't, but that sounds funny.
I'm gonna throw up.
During school, a man walked into class, and he was just a random black guy who just came in, and he started talking to us about beats and beat poetry, and it's kind of like just like regular poetry, but you have to use figurative language and use biblical remarks, and well, I don't know, he was just amazing. So we had to write one for class. And he said you have to write about something that really is something that really, man, I can't think of the word. It's just something that really hits you, something that's in you. Something just something.
Resonates.
Yeah. So I wrote one, and I just love it, and it's kind of biblical, and I hope you guys like it. And it's called A Graceless Alley.
All right.
Yeah.
I knew a magician once. I met her while on my daily routine of strolling down the corner of dilemmas and problems. She appeared in the sunlight of day. Catching my eyes from the crimson alley, she presented her act. In that closing quarter of a dead end, a mirage appeared, casting in my eyes that she was in need of an audience. The image of her pleading for company was pulling at my shirt, causing me to stray away from the path that I trailed in merry-go-rounds to leaving the childish antics of the street to panhandle another fellow. Stepping up to her show, I stood in the awe of the light of her silhouette, which gleamed off broken colors of broken promises from broken sages who once held their hearts off the reflecting rustic fences containing true stirrings of Catholic feelings. She was a one-man show, with no onlookers but the one passerby who stood before her. I, the greatest great-great-grandson of Adam, is inheritor of Eve's world. I, one who watched as she cast her first spells onto me, a boy who transformed under her moon-gazing beams into a monster of a man. I stayed for every show and became a resistance in every antic presented. Wars of power spread deep within the low levels of my toes to the curls of my hair. All it ever buzzed about was the discussion of the great gal. Come one, come all, to the day that she defied all science and human nature, or Houdini shall be put to shame, to be seen as an imposer. For one day, she vanished. Gone she was. Amazed the world was, shocked the world was, crippled, destroyed, apocalyptic the world was. No trace, a magician never leaves, never tells their secrets. I look up to the skies and I ask for forgiveness, past the clouds that don't endless rain, for I have been tricked by a fallen angel. For I stand now outside the gates of Jehovah's kingdom to be compared to the dogs, and the fornicators, and the murderers, and the adulterers, and everyone liking on and carrying on a lie. For I lay with one who practiced spiritism. The land that I am has been tricked by a conniving witch. Who drank the potion of infatuation, classed on me the shackles of obedience and unconditional and uncontrollable love, an act that she, even her, could never ever free me from. A slave to her will, with no key to ever set me free. Millenniums have passed, with her return to no avail. The world understood, after what seemed like years of war on its core and its poverty of its people, that there was no comeback for her. No voodoo or hoodoo will ever bring her back. Push out all that weight that holds your heart so low onto the bonds that break free from this curse. And it's in those bits and hopes of precious memories to make a link, so a chain of chain forms that when strapped onto the wheel of time, I can unregrettably use it to ride away.